Alright, good morning and welcome back to Chraetor Creative, where creative minds come together. Hopefully we've got a better start off today than yesterday. I realized afterwards, as I was going over the stream, that yesterday I in fact had a small issue with connectivity on my internet. Well, at least this guy's got some power to him. Well, that wasn't very nice. But as you can see, we're continuing our playthrough as a 5e Paladin. And just stomping Elden Ring. And we're having a good time while we do it. Let's go ahead and heal that up. Alright, give me 1 second. I gotta adjust blinds and stuff because there is some heavy glare. Alright, that makes it a little bit better. Pardon me for the cough. But we're just going to continue, hopefully. Hopefully we can just get through all of Leyndell here. I feel like people normally explore. They don't go up into Leyndell. I feel like they normally come and explore Altus Plateau and then over here, which we will do. But I'm more interested in let's get through Leyndell. Come on, Margit. That was cheap. The timing on his things are just so off. That's not what I meant to do. That's what I meant to do. Heal up the magic and then take him out. Not that I really need the Amber Medallion, but I wanted it anyway. I do find it odd that they have you fight Margit twice and then Morgott. Like, I don't think that fight there was really necessary. It's not like it was overly hard or caused any kind of problem. I just I don't feel like it added anything. Oh. There we go. It makes it very clear which weapon's killing them when you hit the undead like that, because it's like, well, either they die instantly, and I know that it was the... Oh, I can't think of its name. The gold sword. Golden Order Greatsword, maybe? I don't know, the one that Radagon received from Renala and then bastardized to turn into this weapon. It actually makes me very upset with Radagon, because like it's such a slap in the face to Renala. Like, it's not even that I like Renala, it's just like I can't believe he did her so dirty like that. Like, they fell in love, had kids, yada yada, and then he takes the sword that she gave him to mark them being together. And I was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna remake this into something for the chick that I'm replacing you with. Like, that just feels wrong, so wrong. Draconic Tree Sentinel went down like nothing. Melted like butter. Why is the Mimic still around? Shouldn't it go down after the boss fight? Okay, there we go. And you know, it's so weird, on so many... At so many points I struggle against that Tree Sentinel, and like right there... Like I said, it melted like butter. That was easy. It shouldn't be that easy. I don't think there's anything back here, right? Yeah, no. I have so many legendary talismans for this dude. Alright. I don't even remember what a lot of this stuff is. It's been so long since I've come through here. But you wouldn't think that that would be the case, because like I just came through here not too long ago on my personal playthrough, but... Or it seems like not too long ago. Which that one I'm finally at the point of I'm fighting Radagon and the Elden Beast. I'm excited to get through it. That barbarian build is tough. I'll still have things in the post game to do. Like, I've still got to beat Millennia. Okay, let's go ahead, and I've gotten enough runes. Let's do the leveling. Oh, we don't care. I really like you, Melina, but I don't need... I guess I do care, actually. It makes me sad that she leaves. Alright, I don't need intelligence, but the fact that it's not a round number is really bugging me. So that's going there. And then we're going to increase mind some. I don't really need it, but we're going to increase it anyways. And then I think we're going to focus on going between... getting the endurance up to 25, and then like going between endurance, strength, dexterity. Because like I already messed up. I already put it past the point of stopping at a proper PvP level. Well, these things do not hold up at all. Let's take out the big one, which isn't even the biggest kind. Like, you get to Miquella's Haligtree and you find the really big boys. And it's like, huh. The ones that I thought were big and tough aren't nothing. Apparently I don't even have to jump. I think that's the first time I've noticed it making gagging hurt noises. Which is interesting. See, if you don't know what's over here, the page sucks. But when you know, it just sucks to be the page. Down you go. Cool, I got them both. The page hits way less hard than I remember. The pages are supposed to hit way harder than that. So it's like, that's basically a gargoyle without limbs, from my understanding, and like, it should take way more damage than that. We just saw the gargoyle fight at the start of this video, and it took way more. Like, the legs and arms shouldn't add that much to the health. See over there, you can see the seedbed curse. I don't need it because I've already messed up. Messed up the playthrough, but... well, the quest. Down, you stupid perfumer. I don't know if anybody else has problems with them, but like, to me, the perfumers are some of the toughest enemies. I really don't like fighting them. Or at least they were on the initial playthrough. Obviously, at this point, it's like, well, they're not very tough anymore. I don't even know why I'm grabbing it, since I already know that I don't need it, but... I guess because it was an item that I knew was there. See, I'm not very good at exploring the rooftops. I remember there's imps up here. And all kinds of items, but I'm not very good at doing it. See, I can see the imps, but I can't figure out how I would get over there. The best I can come up with is this, but that seems like a pretty far jump. I guess not. Really? You jerk. Can't believe he was such a jerk and kept hitting me. Like, all I wanted to do was kill him a little bit. And he's a bigger, heftier one. I don't like those dudes. They hit even harder. Apparently they don't hear very well. Like, there's no way that should have surprised him and given me a crit. See, I'm trying to figure out where exactly... See, this kind of feels like the area with the Erd Tree avatar. It is. Okay. So, like, I know exactly where I'm at. And we're gonna take that Erd Tree avatar out. Oh, and look, there's the sewer. That Erd Tree avatar didn't hold up at all. He is also way tougher as you're first going through. But I find it odd that Chronic Tree Sentinel didn't send my dude away right away, but the Erd Tree avatar, who clearly wasn't even considered a mini-boss because his stuff didn't even fill up any part of the... His health bar didn't pop up at the bottom. Alright, rather than narrating this, you guys can see this. I'm going to go back into a discussion of tabletop role-playing. Why? Because I can. They're both down. I find it funny that some of the toughest bosses now are still the knights. Like, kudos to them. But I did want to, like I said, I was going to start talking about some D&D. I've been talking, not really talking, that's not the right way to say it. I had somewhat mentioned to some YouTubers that I've been watching recently that I was planning to start making some videos about like subclass reviews for tabletop role-playing, specifically Dungeons and Dragons. There's two of them, two YouTubers that do reviews that I really like. There's Dungeon Dudes, which anybody that's into D&D on YouTube will obviously know exactly who they are. But then the other one is a smaller channel, and I found I really like them. Their name is Urge TV, and I mentioned to them that I wanted to draw inspiration, not copy of course, but draw inspiration from their review videos, and asked if they would if they would be okay with that. And I mean, their answer wasn't 100% clear. It was basically like, well, do your own thing, yada yada, but at the same time, like, it didn't feel like they were saying, no, you can't draw inspiration from us. Like, they said, draw inspiration from the things that inspire you and whatever else. So it's like, okay, I think that I can. I just have to make sure that I make it my own, which, of course, that's the plan anyways. Because I really like the way they do it, but I also feel like there's improvements to be had, at least in my mind. Same with Dungeon Dudes. Dungeon Dudes are reviews and stuff, but I don't think that their way is the best way to do it either, so I want to like kind of combine the two and add my own flair. But anyways, they'd kind of given me their blessing, so I'm thinking that here soon I'm going to start doing some videos where I'm actually going to review some subclasses. I'm still not 100% sure which ones I'm gonna go with. That seems like poor coding. They probably should fix that. But I'm not 100% sure which subclasses I want to start with. I do want to do my own, but I don't want to start on my own. I want to graduate to doing my things. Be like, okay, now that we've looked at the way I review this for other people, this is how I'm going to review it for myself. No reason to struggle against all that. We're just going to go down. Let's see, where is it? Right here. Now this is something there's a reason to struggle against. I don't even know where that door leads or if there's anywhere that it leads to. It is. I had no idea that, I find it interesting that there's an exact copy of the Round Table Hold. I've come across a couple of different theories about it. I think it was a very unique design choice. Leaves a lot of things open to interpretation and guessing. It makes me wonder if something I don't hear a lot about, like since you have Alberic here and stuff, it makes me wonder if maybe this was like the original Round Table Hold and Tarnished did actually meet here and stuff, or if it is a case of by the time the Tarnished were back and stuff, this was already out of use. And it's just that it was solely based off of this. But it definitely gives some inspiration for Chraetor where I can be like, huh, places that are like identical but pop up in different places with whatever differences. So I guess it's not exactly identical, but it is. I don't know, it'd be very fitting because Chraetor, I don't know how much I've talked about it, it's a very, very chaotic area. It, like even in the backstory it talks about being born of the primordial chaos and I know, abductor virgins. We're just going to avoid these. I don't know about anybody else, but abductor virgins are some of my least favorite enemies, and I guarantee you that they do not make it into Chraetor. Oh, thank God you stopped there. I did not know there was a hard stop there. Oh, apparently it died. Maybe there's not a hard stop there. But so, my idea is once I figure out which subclasses I want to review, I want to go through, list what the abilities they are, and my initial thoughts on it, and then I want to go through and rank them. I'm not entirely sure if I want to do, like, the letter system that, is used by dungeon dudes, or if I want to use the numbering system used by Urge TV, or if I want to do something in between. Can he go off the edge here? Let's see, this might kill him. Yeah. Cool. So he wasn't too bad. I guess I'll grab a second talisman. I don't think there's a grace for me to activate at the isolated tower, so like there's no point in taking that. Can you even see the isolated tower from here? Maybe that's it way off in the distance. No, I see a bridge and stuff. And the isolated tower is off in this direction. Let's see, now am I facing the right one? Yeah, now I'm facing the right direction for it. So yeah, there is no seeing it. Cool. But I want to go through, and what I want to rank the subclasses on as I'm talking about them, as I'm discussing them, is to begin with their ability with social interaction, because to me there's three main parts of playing your character, of role playing the character, and that is your role play during social interactions, interacting with the NPCs in the world, the creatures and stuff in the world around you. After that, there's exploration and infiltration, your ability to interact not with the people but with the world itself around you, to get past walls, to travel through forests, whatever else. You're exploring the world, and infiltration being your ability to get into places. So it's going to deal with things like movement, features that are going to make it so that you're better at, obviously, exploring. That's why it's exploration. There's really not much more description I can give for that to make it more clear. And then, obviously, combat. Combat's a big part of D&D. But to be honest, I really enjoy the combat. It's fun, and I like to make sure that I'm set up for it. Combat's probably, to me at least, the least important of the three. I finally have a gravelstone seal. I didn't have one before. Mostly because these knights are so difficult to deal with, I didn't want to risk having to deal with two. So I just avoided them. I had no idea they dropped something I needed. Let's see, oh, maybe it's by climbing on the hand. Yeah, I'm thinking it's by going up here, but of course, doing rankings like that... Oh, you jerk. Okay, it's... Whatever it is, I can't remember, so it's not that important. But doing the rankings that way, of course, it's not a definitive, this is the way it is. I don't think there's any way to definitively rank something perfectly. It would solely be how I view it, as how it holds up to those different situations. But I like to think that I've played enough D&D, to be able to get at least a semi-accurate ranking on how that is. I mean, I've got enough of a mind for it that I've convinced people that, hey, I should be writing a tabletop role-playing book. I should be creating my own world, my own mechanics, my own monsters and options. And it was convincing enough that somebody said, yeah, I sign up for this. I endorse this. I agree. And it's like, okay. So, obviously, at least in my mind, that doesn't make me perfect by any means, but it does mean that I have some level of competency. Yeah, I really wonder if Gideon and Alberic and stuff were all here in this round table hold to begin with. Because this is also where you find the Raging Wolf and the... Oh, I can't think of its name. Errant Sorcerer? Errant Sorcerer Wilhelm, maybe? And so it makes me wonder, like, if they were maybe hunting down Alberic because he went mad, or if maybe the three of them were all still meeting at the original Round Table hold that they met at to begin with. And if, like, the Tarnished that you find that are never a part of the Round Table hold regularly, but are clearly still on the same kind of mission, like Tragoth and why can't I think of names? Knight Istvan. Like, if maybe they just refused to accept the new Round Table hold when it was made because they were loyal to this original one here. I think that's an interesting concept, and I haven't actually heard that one explored a whole lot. Like, no doubt I've heard people talk about America has made the new Round Table hold, and it exists within, like, her mind or something. Like, it's not a true physical location, which could be true. Like, I'm not saying... My theories doesn't take away any of the credence or credibility of that. It's just a case of why certain Tarnished don't seem to be a part of the Round Table hold when they should. Like, the Raging Wolf, the Errant Wizard, Tragoth, all of them are supposed to be part of the Round Table hold, but you never once see them there. And that could explain why. They're part of the old Round Table hold. They've chosen not to be part of the new one because they have their loyalties tied to the physical location, not the one that exists in America's mind. Alright, Grave Warden. Oh, he's tanky. He was tanky, but he didn't hold up very long. See, I think I may have explored this in one of my very first playthroughs. Like one of the ones before this one that I did and completed and started New Game Plus. Which those are still incomplete, and I should probably finish those at some point. But I don't remember what's here at all, because I didn't explore it much. I don't think I explored up here at all on my last one. Mostly because I try to avoid that stupid gargoyle and the envoys. Just gonna do the same thing. Oh, I didn't know he had a grab. Tells you how little I fight these dudes. Down you go. Bad boy. Ritual Shield Talisman, yeah. I mean, we can see the ones that I've gotten, like, copies of. I don't think the Ritual Shield is going to be one that I've got a copy of. Yeah, see? So I didn't look into it last time. A talisman patterned after shield used in ritual combat held to honor. Raises defense when HP is at maximum. I mean, I don't understand those talismans. To me, they don't seem very good. It's like, well, that's great. Yeah, I want my my defense raised, but I'm only going to be at maximum for a very, very short amount of time. So it's good for mitigating a little bit of damage for one hit. And like, why is it found this late in the game? That's like when I'm designing my my magic items for the Chraetor Creative book, the Avid's Almanac of Chraetor. It's like, well, I have common magic items. I wouldn't expect those to be given to players that have made it up to, you know, top high tier play at 17th level. Like, no. At that point, those small weak items aren't going to do anything for them. At that point, they're going to get one of the really cool items I made, like maybe some of the weapons, the God Slayers. But they're not going to be given, you know, little minor jewelry that does something minimal that makes no difference in their gameplay at the level they're at. So I don't understand the design choice to put a talisman like that this late in the game. Like, that could have been somewhat okay early on. Morning. How's it going this morning, White Mojo? White Wolf? I can try to say the whole thing, but your name is a little bit of a mouthful. Not that I'm really one to talk. But you came in at just the right time to get to hear me rambling nonsensically. Oh, I just almost died. I guess I should try not to eat myself off a cliff. Oh, working does not sound like a good time. I have to do that later myself, and I'm not looking forward to it. Yeah, I found that I kind of feel OP, which makes me feel a little bad during the streams because I feel like it's not going to be as engaging or interesting, which is why I've shortened my streams, but I found I really like having a Paladin build. What is the job, if you don't mind me asking? Here, I'll show you my stats now, actually, which you might not get as high as me because I went above the standard cutoff level. I think most people stop at 150. But I definitely put more into my Faith and Arcane because both my weapons get scaling off of that, and it helps with my spells. Strength was more secondary just to meet the requirements and stuff, and now I'm putting more into it. Now, what are CAD drafters? That actually sounds like it could be interesting, although I could never do it because I can kind of draw stick figures sometimes if I really try. But that's about it. Ow. You're a jerk, dude. Just because you're all gold. Although I have to say, last night on my unstreamed playthrough, I was fighting against his physical form, and that was quite a bit scarier. So yeah, now I'm putting stats into things I don't necessarily need just because the fact that they're not numbers that are divisible by 5 are kind of bugging me. So I'm getting everything to a thing that's divisible by 5 before investing anything more that'll actually help me at all. Yeah, that's like, I had intelligence. On this playthrough, I use absolutely 0 intelligence, and I figure no matter what different builds I do as I go through more New Game Pluses, this is specifically going to be all the different Faith and Arcane ones, so I'm never going to have use for that intelligence. I still had to put it up by 1 to 10 because it was bugging me, being at only 9. Like, I don't think I'm quite OCD about it, but it's probably a little closer to OCD than I want to admit. Oh, that was almost really bad. I should be more careful. Oh, that's right, I forgot there's a Black Knife Assassin right here. Okay, that's gotta go down. I have a grudge against these dudes after going through the liturgical town. Well, through the liturgical town and also for fighting Electo. I guess we'll see if I can actually get through it. I was commenting at the beginning of the video. I wanted to try to get through all of the royal capital here. And I'm actually reaching the end of it. Gotta bring in Best Girl. She's not actually very useful, but still gotta bring her in. Well, maybe. There we go. I usually do too. It's, I actually generally try not to summon people in to help unless it's Millennia, because Millennia sucks. But when it comes to NPCs, I don't see a problem with it. Ow. Same with Spirit Ashes. I know some people don't want to use them, and I'm like, no, that's definitely something I want to use. Although, to be honest, I do feel kind of cheap for using the Mimic. Oh, that's right, I need to get back. Nope. That's how I feel. And like, I usually bake in whichever summon I'm using into my build, because I'm into the roleplay side of things. So like, I know originally when I did a dragon build, I planned on using Dragon Knight Kristoff. On this build, I'm using the Mimic because I'm kind of channeling the Echo Knight from Matt Mercer's D&D book. Okay, go back and continue the storyline, I suppose. Now, I can't remember if you said, have you completed the game already? Or are you still on your first playthrough? Nothing wrong with that. It's knowing what's ahead of you doesn't really make the fights any easier. I mean, let's be honest, most people are looking at guides and stuff anyways, so... Yeah, it took me a while. To actually get through the game the first time all the way, just on one playthrough if we're not adding up hours from several different ones, still took me like 140 something hours because I was spending so much time exploring through shit. Like, I took my sweet time. Nice. What's your YouTube? I might tune in for that sometime. Oh, I definitely do stuff off screen all the time with different builds. Okay, yeah, I'll have to check that out. But yeah, I know. My schedule for streaming has been erratic. It's when I very first started doing it, I managed to be really consistent, but then life changes happen, changes to schedule and stuff coming up. And it's like, well, now I try to stream consistently, and I can say it's always in the morning, but that's about it. I did a playthrough starting as a wretch. It wasn't my favorite, but it wasn't all that bad. Like, you can definitely get super customizable that way. Alright, I guess we're gonna go ahead and fight this dude. I'm sure there's some reward for fighting him, but I don't remember what it is. It's kind of looking like the reward might be death. Oh yeah, it definitely was. I own Dark Souls 3, but I've never played it. This was without a doubt the first. I haven't even played another Souls-like game. Because I know now it's basically its own genre, because you've got the Souls ones from FromSoft, but even things like the Fallen Jedi and stuff, like, no, I haven't played anything quite like this. Not gonna lie, at first it was very frustrating. But I've since actually found to really like it. It's, I actually think I want to try out some of the other Souls games. Although my understanding is that this is the easiest one. And if this is the easiest one, I'm kind of scared of what the other ones are like. Look at me, I didn't even murder Hobo the guy. Oh, is this not the right way to get back out? It doesn't seem like it. Okay. Probably go there. Let's see, so east... Which way am I going? Yeah, I want to go east, I think. We'll see, though. I could be completely wrong. I know there's a whole lot more exploring I could be doing here. Because I know there's other stuff, but I've gone through all the main stuff that really mattered. He said as he then continued to explore. Yeah, to be honest, I'm amazed. If you add up all the time I've spent watching people play or playing myself amongst different playthroughs, it's easily got to be above 400 hours, and yet it still holds my attention and interest. It's pretty rare for a game to be able to do something like that, at least for me. So I give it props for that. How am I still being targeted by lightning bolts? True. Yeah, it'd be different if it was like back in the past where a new game was 20 bucks. I wouldn't mind so much if it didn't hold my interest, but I can't tell you the amount of unfinished games that I have where it's like, probably shouldn't have spent such a large amount of money on something that is more or less useless. And it's not necessarily that they're bad, but I'm an adult with responsibilities. If it's not very engaging, I don't have time for it. See, I've never actually played any of the Assassin's Creed games. I just recently bought a couple of them because they were marked down super cheap, like 10 bucks a cheap at the local store. So I figured I'd give them a try because I've always heard good things. I'm kind of sad to hear that it's kind of bland. I'm still going to try it to see, but that one I won't feel quite as bad since I did get it on sale. With the exception of I'll feel bad that it's a letdown from what it was built up to be. Well, these guys just don't hold up to anything. This one might be a little stronger. He looks like one of the bigger ones. Still didn't hold up. You know, I think in over 400 hours of gameplay and watching, that's the first time I've come across that any of the big misbegottens dropping their axe. Watch, something's going to attack me because I'm paying attention to the fact that I found something new. Large iron axe with long handle, weapon of the maltreated misbegotten. Making use of the force generated by its length, this weapon's resentment-charged blows are difficult to stop. I'm surprised it's D both in strength and dex. I'm guessing as you upgrade it that the strength scaling goes up. But seeing that makes me wonder if the Leonin ones ever drop their stuff, because I've certainly never gotten anything dropped from them except for the bosses that have the guaranteed drop, the grafted greatsword, and I think actually the greatsword I'm wielding now, the Golden Order one, is wielded by one of the Leonin misbegotten. It could be. I know I have a really massive arcane because I use the Dragon Communion seal, and that's because my first playthrough, before the New Game Plus, I was using the Dragon Incantations, which I actually really liked that build. I started with the Magma Worm's curved sword, and then ended up switching to the Dragon Scale Katana, had the malformed dragon armor by the end. Like with that I went with the full dragon theme. So it was dragon armor and weapons, a bunch of the dragon spells. But like I said, when I get into it, I do try to make a build that's not going to be so weak that I'll be completely stomped and bored. Although I do have one that's definitely going to be close to that planned. But I definitely lean much more into the roleplay side of things. And I assume that comes from my background of loving tabletop role-playing games. Alright, before I go down to the Forbidden Lands, I'm actually going a little over in time, but that's okay. Yeah, it's fine. No, I'm on the New Game Plus. I've gone through the game one time completely and have a couple of different playthroughs where I've gotten close to completing the game. There's the other one. I mean, if you really want to, we can, but you're going to be disappointed. I suck at PvP. That's something I don't participate in a whole lot, so I haven't developed any skills for it. Sorry. Like I said, I'm willing to participate in it if you want to, but you will most likely be disappointed. It was kind of sad. Yesterday I had some, like, I want to say he said he was 9. Some 9-year-old kid stomping me. They are, yeah. I understand the reasoning for it, and there is some level of fun to it. It definitely adds a lot more challenge than just fighting NPCs and pre-built bosses and stuff, but at the same time, seeing as it's my first Souls game, I'm struggling enough on just those. I'm not really prepared to deal with people. My level is 205, although it's about to hit 206. I know the meta level stops at 150, but seeing as my plan isn't to really focus on PvP much, that didn't really stop me from going forward. Yeah, I would consider that pretty low, considering you've gone through the game 3 times already. I'm guessing that you have some experience with Souls games. Oh, I'm impressed. I got that game for my girlfriend's son, and he's been a fan of Souls games for years, and he got so frustrated he kind of just set it aside. He couldn't get past some boss that was on horseback that had some stupid combos. I definitely kind of want to try it, although hearing how much he struggled with it and knowing that this genre of games is his thing, it has me a little nervous. But to be fair, after trying Elden Ring, I think I want to try pretty much all of the Souls games. Although I do think it'll feel weird going from this, like, perfect open world concept to the more linear paths of the other ones. Okay, now my understanding is that they haven't changed the combat a whole lot between any of them. I could be wrong, but oops. Did not mean to walk off the edge like that. Why can't you buy it? Oh, never mind. I see the earlier comment. It's sold out for you. That's odd. Have you tried going to like the any of the local game stores? Sure. Give me just a second to go grab my runes again, and then let me know where you want to meet up for it. I'll try for a fight or two. Why do elevators have to take so long? Cool. Yeah, I'll meet you there in just a minute. Well, maybe two, because I have to wait on stupid elevators. Elevators and long bridges. Is it just me, or do the bridges get longer every time you have to die and cross them again? That's a really good deal. See, it's deals like that that would make me go broke. I don't know which is worse, this walk of shame or the one that I do on Saturday mornings. I don't even know if it was worth going back for that small amount of rooms. I guess probably this one, at least the one on Saturday mornings. You know for sure I had a good time. Probably stupid choices, just like what I just did when I ran off the edge of the elevator, but... Alright, I'm going to remove my password real quick and lay down a duelist finger. That's the wrong one. There it is. Now, just keep in mind, I wasn't kidding when I said I suck at PvP. Are you sure? Someone just summoned. Okay, there we go. Now, I'm assuming you follow all the standard rules, so I'm gonna chug all my health potions at the beginning so you can see I don't have any left. I'm not even gonna mess with the bloody finger. Oh, you can take bets. Go away. Oh. Okay, you just hit me. Now you're gonna die. Why are you hitting me? Well, since that's not you and somebody else brought me in. I also have a build that uses those whips. They're very brutal. It's funny, I also use them for poison. Oh well. I almost got to take him out there at the end. To be fair, mine definitely doesn't look like Indiana Jones. I used the mushroom crown and the clean rot knight armor to go with it because it's an entire poison build. I think that might be my next playthrough. It'll be me being the Elden Lord of Decay. But okay, since that wasn't you, Lindsay, here, I'm gonna set a password real quick. Make it super simple, just 0987. And then I'll lay down my duelist finger so that way I should pop up for you. And somebody else doesn't grab me in the meantime. Oh, I should grab my runes. That's not very many, but I should still probably try to keep them. I'm going to assume it's you this time, so just like I said last time, I'm going to chug the potion so you can see I'm not going to heal and then probably get stomped into the ground. I promise to only cry a little bit. Oh, that's right. I'm supposed to start out with a gesture, right? Don't take that as me actually beckoning you. That's just the only gesture I have available. And... okay, I think the spin thing means I'm ready. That built up blood loss very fast. I don't know if I'd say I'm better than you like you said. You seem to be holding up just fine. Nice. If you feel up to it, I'll switch my build to the Elden Lord of Decay, and we'll see if that's any different. It's definitely less powerful than this one, but it's got some different tricks. I wouldn't say dogged on at all. I feel like it wasn't all that much of a difference in skill. Well, here, I'm switching the build. It should make it a little different. If you feel up to going through another round. It'll just take a second because I have 1,000 things to sort through to find what I'm looking for. I have a bit of a hoarder problem in my inventory. But it's all in here somewhere. Alright, give me just a second to switch the spells, because I've got entirely different spells, and then I'll be ready. Get rid of these. I think that's all of them. Yeah, that's all of them. Alright, symbol's going down. But I definitely don't think you should be scared of me. Especially this time. I've only done like 2 practice fights against a troll to see how this works out. So I'm far from adept at using this. No fair, White Wolf, I want some popcorn. I really should switch that to the casual greeting. Whenever you're ready, do the little spin thing, because I'm ready. Okay. Oh, you definitely almost took me out right there. I don't know if I'd say I'm better. I was super low. I was wondering whether or not you were gonna come out victorious there. I think had your attack launched just a second sooner, you would have been the victor. I don't know how much more you want to do, but I've got time for maybe 1 or 2 more fights before I've got to get off. That's up to you if you don't want to. We definitely don't have to, but I don't think I've got enough time to do anything actual game-wise left. And it's nice coming up against somebody else who's more or less on equal footing with me. Because normally I go and... The couple of times I've gone into PvP, it's just been to get stomped to death. It seems like most people that are in it are already experts at it. And it's kind of hard to improve when you just die the second you show up. Oh, that's right. The beacon, because I haven't... Casual greeting. There we go. I fixed it. You have a lot of health potions. Maybe this build is better than I thought it was. I really didn't think it'd be all that great because the whips are kind of weak, but... that actually didn't do too bad. Do you feel up to one final round? Let's see, what are my stats even with this? So yeah, this might not be too bad. It seems like it builds up the poison bonus really quick and then blood comes right after. Alright, I'm going to assume that you don't want to fight again. So I guess I will switch back to my my standard build stuff. Where is my standard build stuff? There we go. Don't be like me, kids. Clear out your inventory. Don't be a hoarder. I think it's Erdtree's favor that I took, right? Maybe not. Yeah, I think that's the other one. I can't remember entirely what talismans go with this. They do, and I understand why, obviously, because I do it, but at the same time, I can see it's a mistake. Like, when I want to switch between different stuff, it takes forever. Now to see if I can remember the proper spells. See, I know to begin with is Golden Vow and Flame Grant Me Strength. And then I think I forgot to put it back on last time I was switching, but technically I think I'm supposed to have Erdtree heal for my Paladin build. And I know I used a black blade and something else. Oh, Elden Stars. There we go, I think I've got the build back. Maybe. Do you do the same with your inventory, White Wolf? Just have a crap ton of stuff? Oh, thank you for subscribing, Lindsay. I appreciate it. Well, at least I'm not alone in my insanity. This time it's not even a walk of shame, but I'm pretty sure they added an extra section again. I timed that very poorly. For being a standard soldier, he just almost stomped me. Oh, cool. Thank you for subscribing too. I didn't mean to exclude you. And as far as making them on private, I have no idea how to do it. I probably have mine on private too. I would assume it's somewhere in settings. But I have no idea where. Let's see, is it south or is it north? Somewhere there's... It's what killed me a minute ago, was trying to look and get an idea. Screw you. I can't believe I missed that. Well, regardless, I do appreciate it. It's, hopefully you won't be too disappointed. Mostly all I do at the moment is stream, but here soon I plan on putting up some videos, although they probably won't be Elden Ring related. Elden Ring will fill up my streams, and then Dungeons and Dragons and stuff will be what fills up my normal videos. There we go, that time I made it. I don't even know why I'm getting this stuff. I have no use for either of those items. I just know they're there, and therefore I want them to add to my unending pile of junk. Alright, now that I've got the grace there, I'm getting close to where my time limit was for when I had to get off anyway, so I think I'm going to go ahead and end the stream there. But thank you for tuning in, White Wolf. It was great having you again, and I look forward to seeing you again on the next stream, most likely tomorrow morning. That might change. If it does, I'll put a post about the fact that I won't be on my Facebook. You can find it under the same name. But like I said, thanks for tuning in, and to Lindsay and anybody else that came in. You guys are awesome, and I will see you guys next time.